This week it's time for a makeover here on the Drive-Thru Review with me, Nutella Versace. Today we're going to review episode 6 from Drag Race Holland. And with me here today is a lovely lady. It's the Brazilian beauty, Miss Vanity Love. Hi, Miss Vanity Love.
Oh, hello, darlings. I'm already like a natural woman in her natural environment, on the couch, just wearing a little something light. And you look gorgeous, darling.
Oh, thank you.
This week, I mean, you know what? Actually, this might have been my favorite episode. It was really good. It was really strong, and I mean, Smash Game was funny as well, but this one, I don't know, there was something new about it, Yeah, it's like this competition, I think, is one of the toughest drag race competitions I've seen because, it's not a lot of girls, 10 girls, and all of them have been so consistently fierce.
They were ready.
They were ready. I mean, it's intimidating. They raised the level, the bar. I mean, drag here has always been good, but they stepped it up. You can see the passion. Everyone does it for passion. And you know what was interesting is I think everyone has been so launching themselves at this. And sometimes in some of these episodes, it was so intense, the friction. But today, I think we broke down, I got super emotional this episode.
Oh, girl, I cried so many times.
It's so many times. I was like, girl, don't ruin the makeup. I love the mini challenge.
Let's talk about the mini challenge.
So they got this straight guy.
Yeah.
Really interact with them, and they were serving it.
Yeah, they were letting him have it. He was so uncomfortable. And I was really surprised Chelsea chose to dress up as Snorella.
So I know! I feel like a lot of people wouldn't catch that reference. Well, she's iconic. I think Chelsea Boy did a good tribute.
Yeah.
All of them were doing very different characters, and I loved each of them because Mama Queen, when she just had her big titties, and then she does spat all the food and rubbed it around her body. I was like, that's actually weirdly hot. But this mini challenge, she slayed.
Mama Queen wins the challenge, and then we get to the main challenge, which is the makeover challenge.
It was really beautiful, and I loved to see Mama Queen's dad coming on the show, and he's this very older guy, but apparently always supportive of her, and he was just never ever even thought about it, and then to just be put in drag, it's mind blowing.
It's so heartwarming because rightfully so. A lot of gay, LGBTQ, drag, people have a difficult relationship with their family and parents. It's not a given that they are supportive, that they will understand. Even Envy's mother was there, but even Envy told before, she had a heartbreak with her mother to get her accepted. So I think it's so important to show this and show how important it is that parents love and support their children, whatever they do.
I think being a drag queen is you put yourself so out there, you're not just gay, you're a drag queen.
Yeah.
Even more misunderstood still than just your sexuality. It's
and it's also misunderstood within the community. There are a lot of misconceptions.
Also, that to bring the family and to show this supportive family and to show people around you that really care about you and that go through this journey with you.
It's so important to have that, your chosen family or your real family, because we all need love and support in our lives.
We definitely do, and I felt that it was really beautiful because then we started to get all these stories, right?
Yeah.
What was your most touching moment?
I think for me, the most beautiful moment was with Mama Queen and her father. Rihanna did a very good job.
Rihanna is such an iconic, just a beautiful person. And the way she talked to these people, she went in, she had, she wasn't the same level, she was really connecting to them.
Yeah.
No pretenses, no walls, just really being honest and genuine and authentic. This episode, I really felt like I connected with Janey. You can see that he grew up in such a like very like he needed to learn how to be unapologetically himself because he was like he was really like kids picking on him. He has this thick skin because because he had to. I always feel like drag is such a manifestation of like things that we have to process. And you really understand that Jacké is like this fierce ass bitch unapologetically herself because that's what she had to be, you know, like that's what she had to fully embrace. I love, you know, the brotherly connection between Abby and her brother.
Yeah.
Wow, like it made me miss my brother so much because it was so strong.
Yeah.
And her brother was unapologetically also like, yeah, I looked up to Abby, and like, you know, he's also such a like he's also gives me an example of what a real man should be like.
That was such a good line. Like when he said that, like I was kind of like that was so good to hear because especially drag queens, we always get questions like, are we man enough? Because we wear women's clothes. Yes, we are.
The fact that we dare to be so unapologetically feminine means that we can be so unapologetically masculine, you know, because we are so secure in whatever we want to be, we will be it. So I think that any real person should just pursue being unapologetically themselves.
And you're Brazilian as well, like Abby.
Yeah, I'm Brazilian like Abby. I love Abby. Abby was actually one of the first drag queens I saw in when I moved to Amsterdam. I really get her, or I feel really I feel like I can connect with her because I understand kind of like what she's talking about. Like when she says, I mean, I didn't grow up in the slums. I'm not from the slums, but like I get what it's like the Latino culture and like coming from a cultural background where it's so machismo, so like like this, you have to be the man. I think that's why I also like love her relationship with her brother because it reminds me of mine.
Well, that is unconditional love. Unconditional love. Speaking of family, how's your relationship with your family?
It took a while. My mother, she's always been like, so my mother was a single mother, and she's always been like such a supporter, but she also doesn't really come from a place of understanding, you know, trying to deal with it and asking questions. And then I was like, Mom, go watch this. This kind of explains it, and let me try and like, you know, with a couple of conversations, and now she really gets it. And at one point she was like, now I don't only have boys, I also have a daughter, you know? Yeah. She's really a sweetheart, and it's nice for me because like Vanity obviously is very inspired by her. My dad, he is not really in the picture. I met him once, so he doesn't know that I'm gay, of course, and he doesn't know that I'm doing drag because he doesn't know a single thing about me.
Yeah.
He's like this really interesting character in Brazil, like he used to be known as like the biggest paranormal in Brazil.
Well, if he was paranormal, you should have seen this coming.
My brother didn't get it, I think, in the beginning. I think he like admires because I do some geeky stuff and he's a geek as well. So I do Dungeons and Drag Queens. Real supporter, like he loves me a lot and he really looks up to me and he's always like loves telling people about me. So it's, yeah, I miss them. They're all back in Brazil.
Yeah.
Did you know that Jacob, the friend of Chelsea Boy, was the winner of season 3 of Project Catwalk, which is the Dutch version of Project Runway?
Oh, I didn't know that. Really? Oh, I need to look him up. Maybe I can get an outfit.
And can we talk 1 minute about Envy Peru's mother?
She's the best one. I love her. Absolutely adore her. She's like this little Peruvian lady.
Yeah.
With huge sass. She's adorable, so funny. My favorite moment, I think, of my life. Like Nikki said something, like she was talking Dutch, but like she said an English term. And then she just goes, ja, je kunt Nederlands praten tegen mij. This is perfect.
She's a spicy little lady.
She is. And you can really see how much Envy loves her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Envy, I know Boris, and they're just also like sweethearts, good at makeup, beautiful, talented. I'm like, I mean, at this point, it might as well be Envy's Drag Race.
They're getting ready for the runway. First, we're gonna talk about Fred's look this week.
I loved it. Like in the beginning, I was a little bit, let's see how this goes. But now, everything she's doing is just like, turning out these gorgeous looks that I gag, I die over. I'm like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd rather have one of those looks than the prized breast skin. That look was, for me, that was everything.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was playful, it was fun, it was fluffy, it was it had volume.
Yeah.
Voluminous, like, oh, that's
Oh, now you got me confused.
never mind. It had volume, it had everything. I loved the purple hair. It was, yeah, that was drag. It was, I think the designer was the same one as last week. It's Berend Brus, the designer. He's a Dutch fashion designer. And then we have the other judges, of course, Nikki Plesse.
The girl of the shoes.
Well, she has another shoe comment in this episode. And then we have Rihanna, of course, who was also interviewing the family members.
I'm very happy to see her there, actually. I think she belongs in that jury for sure.
And she brings something different to the table. Like she has a different point of view. She understands different references from pop culture. And who was there someone else? I forgot. Oh, Lois. No, she was on Holland's next top model, Louisa. And she's also transgender. Sorry, I forgot about her, but she looks stunning. She's gorgeous.
She was so gorgeous, and I again like nice, diverse representation on the table. Love it, and also like she's been in the fashion world. It was such a diverse panel that you also get a little bit of clashing with the judging, and I think that's really important for this.
And with a show like this as well, and drag, having many references, whether it is from pop culture, from history, from gay culture, from horror or sci-fi, like you need judges that at least understand some of the references.
Exactly. This episode, something was really right about it.
And I think also because this episode, I think they finally realized that it's not only about, the dresses and the looks, but it's also about the heart.
Judges had the heart as well. They understood it.
Yeah.
They could feel the connection, and they finally started to get like, hey, like actually these people like really put themselves out there.
Are you enjoying watching this? Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Well, let's get to the runway. Let's talk about, first up was Mama Queen and their father. They looked alike. I thought it was funny. They looked similar.
They looked similar, and like, of course, Mama Queen for the makeover challenges makes both of them pregnant.
And it probably is very much her thing because she also had, like, in the first episode, when she entered the workroom, she was also pregnant. She also had a baby the first runway. So, like, she is a mama.
She has that motherly energy. I think she had the most challenge in the makeover because, an older man requires different techniques, requires different skill sets. So I could see that there was some difficulty there, but I also really enjoyed how much her father embraced it.
Yeah.
Embraced it, had fun and was surprised and shocked and was like learning about this world of their son, of their child.
That was so special. Like, honestly, besides the connection and that was clearly there with them, I did not like the outfits. Like, it was like, it was beautiful because the love and the connection was beautiful to watch. But the outfits were not the best.
It was good. I again really loved the vision, but I will agree with you. I will concede that it could have been pushed bigger, make it grander, make it something really exciting.
Yeah, for me, it felt a little bit like they went through, one of those trendy secondhand shops and just picked out some stuff. It was a little bit a hodgepodge. We know Mama Queen can turn out looks. She did it. Like,
she's done it several times.
Yeah.
So at this stage, in the top 5 with the makeover challenge, you want something that would like take you to a next level.
And next we have Chelsea Boy with his friend Jacob as 2 alien ladies from the movie Mars Attacks.
I loved it. No, whatever. Nikki doesn't like it. I don't care. Like, I love Chelsea Boy. Everything they bring with it, it's a new vision.
Yeah.
It's fresh. It feels fresh. Chelsea Boy's references are always very, very sci-fi related, or like very in the geek world, the comic world, etc. That
He's a big nerd, like all of us.
big nerd, and I'm here for it.
And here again, I feel like the look was so perfect, like from head to toe, literally from head to toe. And again, this is feel like they didn't get the reference. Like this is a pop culture sci-fi classic, you know.
But like, even if you don't get the reference, it's immaculate.
Yeah. Rihanna luckily does get it.
Got it, lived for it.
Yeah. But even she felt like there could have been maybe something more. She was,
Apparently, so we didn't see the performance really well, but like apparently that was the fault.
and then we have, of course, Janie and her mother.
They look so alike.
Yeah,
It's
they
crazy.
look, they look like sisters.
They definitely look like sisters. The job that Janie did on his mother, on her mother,
Yeah.
was perfect. The outfit was forgettable, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
I loved when Rihanna said, I don't know anything about fashion, but I can see this is old fashioned.
Also, I think it's a little bit like the makeover is a little bit also a moment that like it's so free. You can do almost whatever. Like what represents you?
Yeah.
So you could see like the sci-fi with Chelsea Boy. You could see Mama Queen bringing the pregnancy. You could see, obviously we'll get to the other ones, but you know, there was something that really represented. Like, with this one, there was no concept. Like, what's the story? Like, give me a story. Give me a story. Any story.
Exactly. And we're nitpicking. Like she looked gorgeous, her mother looked gorgeous. They had a cute performance, like she was crowning her mother because, you know, her
That was
mother
like,
deserved to be a queen, which is cute. It
yeah.
was a bit safe. Like it was not a wow. And then we get La Mama,
La
uh,
Mama.
La Mama, Envy Peru and her mother doing a little tribute to their Peruvian culture. So good.
It's like at this point you're like, what? Can you just slip up once,
Yeah,
please?
I think all the girls are thinking that.
Like, she brought Peru and made it refreshing and made it fashion.
They had different outfits, but there were still, the outfits were related. They did go together.
But they were each their own thing.
Yeah. And it was a hint of Peruvian culture without being literal and costumey. Like it was, the hair was so good.
It was head to toe perfection. The makeup was really like, she plays so well with like the highlights and the glitter and the like,
Yeah.
I could eat that look up. I was like, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. And I also thought the llamas, when they entered, they were riding the llamas. That was also a little bit campy. And I think that's,
Yeah.
again, something we don't expect from Envy Peru. Like, we know she's gorgeous. But to start a little bit camp and then become this gorgeous Peruvian goddess again, like, was so smart, so fun. And I think she was so happy to have her mother with her. Like, you could tell they were having
And
fun.
so she made her mother look so good, and like I bet she was so proud. Like I can imagine she was like, my mom looks this good on national television. Like, yes,
Yeah.
she does.
And last but not least, we have Abby with her brother in Mortal Kombat outfits, you know, fighting sisters.
I love Abby, but I did feel. I mean, I'm wearing a slight Mortal Kombat kind of setup today, but it was a little bit. I think with the props and everything. So this for me read a little bit too costly.
Yeah, the judges said so as well. Like it was a little bit costumey.
Abby probably thought, okay, I really want to show like this transformation. I want to tug my brother, you know, like show that he's willing to really push it that level, extra far, etc. Maybe they play Mortal Kombat together. So it was probably a Mortal Kombat inspired look.
Yeah.
And of course they had fun with it. And I think that's what really captivated. Like they just were having so much fun.
I mean, I liked it. I liked the performance. I thought since Abby has been in the bottom 3 weeks in a row, I thought this was an improvement. Well, and this week she's safe. And I think it had all to do with the performance.
Sure, like,
Good for her.
if you can push and sell it on your performance, sell it on performance. That's also what makes
And
drag.
and I think the runway is always an opportunity for performance. I think that's where sometimes people feel like, oh, it's a runway. I just have to walk and turn and look, beautiful. But it's always an opportunity for a performance to do something
So
to get noticed. Then we get to the judging. Like everybody is crying and emotional. Like I was as well. Like Mama Queen and her father was so touching to hear them, and like even Nikki Plesse, finally she was like a real person. She was not trying to be this smart ass girlfriend of Fred. She was like finally she showed some
warmth, and I think that's
connection.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe that's what we've been missing of her, because like you're gonna be judging, like we don't know her in the context of drag yet.
Yeah.
And you're judging all of these people that have been performing this art, and we don't know you, and like what do you know about this world that you're stepping in? I think this episode she really started connecting with these queens a lot.
Yeah.
More.
I think through this challenge and seeing and hearing the family members, I think she finally got it. And that it's not easy, that it is a journey and a struggle to get where we are.
Drag isn't about expensive shoes.
No.
It's the drag isn't about also being expensive. It's about celebration. It's about being your authentic self. It's about joy. It's about creating this beautiful, fun illusion, creating a character. So I feel like she started to connect with this journey that people take.
Yeah, I hope so. And also, we get to Chelsea Boy. They did not get it. I think also, and I think this is kind of my theory, what happened with the judges, that they did not really connect with the friendship between Chelsea Boy and Jacob because it was not as emotional as the other contestants. So I think they got judged more on the performance than other contestants.
Yeah, it was also very much influenced about like we can't connect to it. That's actually a very fair point.
I think that's happened because it's easier to connect to a father or mother that is emotional on stage than a friend.
And I think that's what like also hooks people onto Drag Race originally anyways, at least for me, was like I also connected to the creativity was out of this world, fantastic. Yeah. Like the thing that hooks you is that these are real people, these have real experiences, there's a lot of emotion behind everything.
And we Peru, they loved all of it. So no surprise she won this week again.
Like, is there why do we have more episodes left? I don't understand. Like it's done. She's won.
I think they made a I think again this is a consequence that they made a big mistake last week.
They made a huge mistake. Chelsea Boy definitely should have won last week.
Chelsea Boy should have won. Abby should have gone home. And then this week, Envy could have won again. Then the game would have been a little bit more exciting. Even though I think this week she did deserve to win. So I'm not saying she didn't deserve to win. I think she did deserve to win. It's just not making interesting TV to let someone win every week.
So we have Janey and Chelsea Boy in the bottom.
Again, I felt it's a weird choice. I think if they base it on the runway, I think Mama Queen should have been in the bottom, honestly.
Yeah, but then also the challenge, the mini challenge or the challenge, whatever it was.
The mini challenge never was in play before. So why would it be in play now to save someone?
All rules are gone. Everything changes every week.
What rules?
What do you mean rules? They just make it up as it goes.
Rules?
I was really excited to see Janey in the bottom because I know how fierce they are performing. I was just like, I didn't want her to go home, obviously. I didn't want anyone to go home at this point, but I was really excited to see her turn it out.
I mean, I also have seen her perform. I know she's a good performer. And it's good to see someone else perform than Abby. And the bottom two are Janey, Jacké, and Chelsea Boy. Do you agree?
At this point, do I agree? I feel like I really liked Mama Queen's performance, so I think that saved her. I felt that, Abby stepped up, so I think that she deserves a break from the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely think Envy deserved to win, so that remains
Yeah.
that still definitely felt like Chelsea Boy's look was so strong, but yeah, maybe the performance and the connection, maybe we missed something. Yeah, Janey, it was honestly one of the she played it. It felt safe. There are so many things. Each girl, there are things that I feel like could have put them in the bottom, except for Envy. Um, yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this week was the hardest week to judge who was in the top or the bottom because they did all so good. Like previous episodes, it was kind of clear. And this week, I had no idea. This episode, emotions wins over looks. And I think therefore Chelsea Boy is in the bottom and
Yes.
Janie as well.
And then they had to lip sync to Dolly Parton.
9 to 5. I'm like, girl, which drag queen doesn't know the lyrics to this song?
The only homophobic thing was that it was cut short.
Yeah.
Someone
And you
mentioned
can
this.
tell by the girls, they were getting ready for more. Like, oh,
It's like
Chelsea Boy was struggling with his outfit and the wig, and he forgot his first line. Like, he was kind of like,
she didn't expect it.
no,
I think she was getting so comfortable
maybe.
because she was really doing well, and she also probably looked at her look and looked at the other looks and was like, "Wow, this is not going to be in the bottom." Yeah, I think she was really not ready to lip sync.
I think so too. Compliments to Chelsea Boy because he was so gracious about losing, so positive, so grateful and thankful. That made me even love them more. And he's a fan favorite.
Obviously,
He's a fan favorite now, so that's not a bad position to be in.
Janie really turned it out.
Oh, she knew what she was doing. She knows this song. She was ready. And she did a great job.
And she was also like, she knew that she saw that the wig was coming off from Chelsea Boy, but she was like, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna win because
Yeah.
she was good. I'm gonna win despite that. Like, I'm gonna show you that I can just turn a freaking show. I would have won anyways.
Exactly. That's the kind of girl she is. Janie wins the lip sync. I think deservingly so. She did amazing. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Chelsea Boy. And of course, also congratulations to Envy Peru, who has her 4th win. So she is, yeah, probably gonna win the whole thing. And next week, they're gonna do Maxima the Rusical.
Ah! So
I
excited.
did not think we would get a Rusical anymore.
But I think the people there are such good performers. This is gonna be a show. A show.
It's going to be a show, and Envy is the one to beat.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's going to be tough. Like, who's gonna go home next week? That's going to be a tough decision.
What a level. Well done, girls. I am
Yeah.
so excited for next week already.
What?
Just sad that Chelsea Boy had to leave.
Yeah, I think he's going to be even bigger and better after this.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well done, Chelsea Boy, because
Applause, Chelsea Boy.
favorite episode by far this
Yeah,
season.
it was so emotional.
So good.
Thank you so much. Where can
Yeah.
people find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, it's super simple at Miss Vanity Love, because I'm a little bit vain, but I can show you a lot of love, darling. So you can go and follow me there. You can find me on Twitter on at My Vanity Love, because I couldn't get Miss Vanity Love. And Facebook is also Miss Vanity Love. So just follow me and let's see what we can make happen.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much, Nutella, for having me. It was so nice to have a little chat with you during this time. Yeah,
Thank you
super
so
nice.
much.
Yes.
Love you. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thank you again for watching the drive-thru review. Please subscribe to my channel. We have only 2 more episodes to go of Drag Race Holland. See you next time. Ciao.